In my last speech, The Importance of TNR Programs for Felines, I touched upon the importance that TNR has on feline health, the environment, and how it affects the population of people around these cat colonies. And in that speech, I gave an example about the cat colony that lives behind my place of work. And through the persuasion skills of last speech and the new information that I've came across in this one, I was actually able to convince my management to start a TNR fund for the cats of 219. Especially after our most recent litter of kittens, it was a push that was much needed, and my management was happy to take on the task. Because even though these cats are really nice to look at, especially after a long lunch, me and my team realized the importance of ending cat suffering and giving these cats the best possible lives. So through this speech, I hope to encourage you to advocate and to take proactive steps for feral cats in your own community, just as I've done for mine. But to begin, let's define what TNR is. As defined by the Feline Fix in an article titled What is TNR? Trap, Neuter, and Return was designed as a humane means to stop feral cat colonies from continuing to reproduce. By humanely trapping feral cats, spaying, neutering them, and returning them to their home territories, it significantly reduces cat overpopulation. But TNR doesn't have the goal of just population reduction. It also has the goal of ending cat suffering and eliminating the breeding cycles for more docile lives. TNR also reduces kitten suffering and kitten mortality and mother suffering. In an article published by the Neighborhood Cats titled What is TNR? They found that once cats are fixed, fighting, yowling, and other associated noises with mating have almost stopped entirely, and the cats no longer driven to mate roam much less and become less visible. The cats themselves are healthier and less likely to spread feline disease. So now that you know what TNR is and how it helps, you may be wondering how you can take steps in your own community. If you're ready to begin getting involved, check with local humane societies, state and local programs, or even online resources. The organization Alley Cat Allies is a really great place to begin, report, or learn about TNR programs. In fact, on their website titled Feral Friends Network, there is a site that helps with hands-on assistance with trap, neuter, return services like spaying, neutering, or other local help, as according to their website, and it is a great resource to begin looking into TNR for communities. And for people who live in Georgia, our state has created the Feral Cat Programs of Georgia. Their website has vouchers for TNR, humane traps to borrow, and a list of vets who accept TNR cats. But in addition, allow me to shed some light on why TNR programs are more favorable than traditional methods like adoption or culling. In a study taken by Benka, Boone, and others called Guidance for Management of Free-Roaming Community Cats, a Bioeconomic Analysis published in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery in 2021, found that while removal yielded the fastest initial reduction in cat reduction, trap, neuter, and release was a viable and potentially more cost-effective approach if performed at higher intensities over a sufficient duration. So this means that while culling may be effective instantly, TNR is more effective in the long term since it ends the breeding cycle before allowing it to begin again. TNR is also more effective than adoption since it takes a lot of time and resources that organizations may not have to get these feral cats used and warm up to humans. In a study titled Research Comparing Cost of Trap, Neuter, and Return and Euthanasia found adoption of removal of cats substantially increased cost either euthanasia or TNR. However, it can lead to smaller final population size. So focusing on trap, neuter, and return is more worthwhile for humans and felines alike. But now that you have your resources, I'm excited to share ways you can personally be part of the solution to the world's feral cat problem. There are many ways to get involved, either by donating or volunteering. For involvement, check with local shelters, humane societies, or go online to find resources near you. An example of some local areas here in Columbus is Paws Humane of Columbus. In an article titled Community Cat Programs posted by Paws, they offer free services to those in Muskogee County. And if you live outside of it, it is just $35 for a veterinarian to spay and neuter for your feral cats. To donate, you can always go in person to these organizations or go online. There will always be a Ways to Help tab or a donation box, since these organizations rely on the contributions of people trying to make humane change and end the cycles of breeding to do their work. To end, I just want to thank you for listening, and I encourage you to join me in making change for these felines by ending the cycles of endless breeding and suffering, by becoming involved, donating, or even just advocating for these cats who have no voice of their own.